everyone. Good afternoon. Do you have any question before I start? Any question? Okay, so I sent an email on Sunday night and I recorded the example of chapter 3, normal distribution, and I explained the rest of that questions we were solving. And now it's on you to watch that and practice. So you should receive that email on Sunday night, and then if you haven't, just go back to the YouTube channel and you will find that. Okay, and now today we are going to review chapter 2 and possibly 1, if you have more time. This question is so important. I solved it for the first class today, so I'm going to solve it here too. And I will give you 10 minutes maybe to write down everything and figure out how to solve this question. And then I will, solve this and I will give you more examples, okay? Any question? Do you have any questions? No? Okay. Please write this down and be fast, because if you solve it, if you finish it, I can bring more questions, so we can solve more questions, okay? For your exam on Monday. Okay? You have exam on Monday. I said, no matter what, we will have our exam. If the school is closed, we will be here. If the school is closed, okay, we will have exam online. I will find a way. Oh, you know me. I will do that. I'm just kidding, but it will not be closed. It will not be closed. The school will not. Oh, next week is pretty warm. I think so. Now we'll check to see what's going on tomorrow. Oh God, I hope they cancel all classes on campus. And now it's recording me now. My professor or people will go there. What a PhD student we have. So this question is from chapter 2, and it needs your knowledge of mean, median, median and quartiles, right? Do you have any question? Shall I solve it? Can you solve it? Imagine if I randomly choose one student. Oh, some of my instructors used to do that. I really didn't like that. Be prepared always in the class. I'm not that kind of instructor to bring the student to the board. Okay, so let's solve this. It says we have 74 individuals. This is a histogram of them serving fruits. 74 individual total, okay? Number of observations. And then on x-axis we have serving fruit per day. 0 serving fruit, 1, 2, 3, up to 8. And then on y-axis we have frequency, means number of observations. For example, serve 0 fruit per day. We have almost 15 of them, actually it's 15. And then 11 individuals serve 1 fruit a day, okay? And then so on. So do you understand this? This is a histogram, correct? What is the shape of histogram? This is the easiest question. Right skewed, correct? Because the skewness is on the right. Okay, so if I asked you, there is a question like that in the exam. If I gave you a histogram with a skewness or with the outlier, and then I ask you which one I should choose to interpret this histogram, mean or median. So we have histogram which is a skewed, or there is an outlier, and I'm asking you which one should I choose, median or mean. Why? Resistant to the outlier. Do you remember, all of you? So we choose median because median is resistant to the outlier or skewness overall, correct? So remember this. And then now it says approximately what percent of girls are serving 5 fruit or less. So 5 fruit or less is here, correct? This is 5 fruit and less is all to the left side, right? So 5 girls are serving 5 fruit, 8 girls serving 4, 11 serving just 3, 15 serving just 2, 11 serve 1, and then 15 of them serve no fruit. So we add them up, correct? 15 plus 11 plus 15 plus 11 plus 8 plus, I should stop here, correct? So if I ask you how many individuals serve 5 fruit or less, you would say this much, which is 65. But here I ask you what is the percentage. So what you should do, next step, divide by 74, which is the total number of individuals. You will multiply this 200 to get the percentage. What is that?
87.8.
Okay. Yes. Do you have a question?
When we do this test, are we going to go to the first decimal place, or are we going to go to the 2?
2 is enough for me. 2 is enough for me.
Do we always round?
So doesn't matter for me. If you keep just 2 of them, as long as this percentage is, 87% is correct, so means you did it correct way, you did it in a right way. And if you even have the formula, everything is correct, and 65 divided by 74 give you something like, a different answer. As long as I see you are doing the correct thing, you still receive your point. That's why I say in exam always show your work, because you will receive your credit if you have a simple mistake, So it doesn't matter. 2 is enough. more than enough, kind of. Do you have any question? Okay, so now, next step, it says, now we want to know where is the location of median Q1 or Q3, because it says quartiles, correct? So, how we find median? Median is a midpoint, correct? We have a formula, correct? What is that formula? N plus 1 divided by 2, correct? So I'm going to use that, and this is the location of median, correct? How many individuals we have total? 74. 74 plus 1 divided by 2 is 75 divided by 2. And what is this? The location of median, which is between 37 and 38. Correct? So we have a histogram here. All the numbers are organized, correct? From the lowest serving fruit to the highest serving fruit, correct? So all the numbers are in order. So I want to find the observation number 37, or the girl who is in location 37 and the other girl who is in location 38, correct? So we will just count to see how many frequency we have on these intervals, correct? In the first interval we have 15 girls, correct? And the second interval we have 11 of them. So far how many we had? 26. So what we are going to reach? 37, correct? So we are still not there. So we have to continue. So 15 here, 11 here, so far 26. 26 plus 15? 41. So means up to here, we have 41 individuals. And then here we have, the last one was 26. So observation number 26 to observation 41 are in this interval. Am I right? Okay. So, where is the median then? Median is in the third interval, correct? Because in parentheses, in third interval, we have observation 27 to observation 41, correct? Am I right? Because 26 was previous interval. So then median will be here, 37.5. So falling in this interval, okay? So the median is serving fruit. Serving how many fruits? 2 fruits per day. So the median is observation which serves 2 fruits per day. So this histogram is not that perfect. You know why? Because the class interval means from this point to other point, from this point to other point, correct? So it should be 0 to 1, 1 to 2. Do you understand? So it's not that perfect, but the aim is just finding the location of median. Doesn't matter, you know. We already said the third interval. Means now you know how to find the median if you have a like perfect histogram and the intervals are perfectly, you know, chosen. Correct? So now we know the median is observation number 37.5 and is in the third interval. So how we can find the Q1 now? Q1 was the midpoint 2, right? Midpoint to the data set on the left side of median, right? Means Q1 is between the first observation to observation number 37, because median was 37.1, right? So Q1 is somewhere here in middle, right? How many observations we have in this interval? From 1 to 37 we have 37 of them, right? Is that correct? So let's say n is 37 here. So n plus 1 divided by 2 gives us the location for the midpoint. Am I right? Yes, this always gives us a location for the midpoint. So now the number of observations changed just to 37 because our interval is smaller now, right? So 37 plus 1 divided by 2 is the location of Q1. 19 is the location of Q1. So we should count to see where is observation number 19, right? But we already know if median was here up to here, we found median here, so Q1 should be on this side between first observation and median, right? So it will be either of this interval, possibly this one. But let's see, we should make sure. We should count to find observation number 19, right? So first interval, we have just 15 observations. We didn't find Q1 yet. So we should continue. The second interval, we have 11 observations. So 15 plus 11, 20. So up to here, we have 26. So we were looking for observation number 19, which is definitely in this interval, right? So this is the location for
Q1.
So that's it. So Q1 is an observation that falls in the second interval, and it's an individual that serves one fruit per day. Okay? Q1 falls in the second interval, and it is an observation which serves one fruit per day. So can you use this logic and find Q3 for me? I will give you 2 to 3 minutes. So try your best to locate Q3. Did you find it? Which interval? Huh? Interval 5? Right? 4? 4 or 5? 5? Okay, so let's see. So Q3 is falling or is the midpoint of the data set to the right side of median, right? So it should be from here to here, right? And then whatever observations, number of observations we have on the left side of median, definitely we will have the same number of observation on the right side of median, correct? So look at this. So if this was the first data set on the right, on the left side of median, and the median was here, and then this is the data set to the right side of median, and Q3 should be midpoint of this one, right? So how many individuals you have in this data set? I mean, without even counting, you should know it should be exactly 19, right? Because 19 on this side, 19 on this side, because you already found the midpoint. And this is observation data set on the right side, data set on the left side. They will have equal percent of observation, right? Equal number of observations. So 19 observations here, right? Again, I'm using the same formula, n plus 1 divided by 2, which is 19 plus 1. Oh, what happened here?
It should be 38.
Number of observation was 30,
38.
37.
Yeah.
37.
You don't
Listen to me, huh? See, I always put my blame on you. Okay. 37 plus 1. So we had 37 observations on the left side of median, 37 observations on the right side of median, correct? So when I said 19 means that if you add that to 1 divided by 2, you will get 19, correct? So which is exact same as previous one. So now what this 19 means exactly? In previous calculation for Q1, we got 19. But that 19 means the location from the first observation, correct? You would count from the first observation and then you would find 19, right? But here the 19 is different. 19 from where? From this one, right? From this one you should count to see where is the observation number 19. Am I right?
Would you start at the median or would you start on the observation next to it?
Next day will be the first observation, correct? Right? So, and also, if you want to do that, what you should do, you should start to think, okay, how many observations you had after median in here? You should think about that. The observation number 37.5 was here, and then 38, 39, and 40 and 41, because we said 41 are here, correct? So 4 observations after median are here, right? Am I right? Do you understand what I say? Because we said 15, 11, 15, 11, 40, where is that? 15, 11, 15, 41, correct? We said 41 is here. Then if median was 37.5, we have observation number 38 after that, 39 after that, 40 and 41. So it was right, 4 of them. So 4 of them after median here, and then 11 here so far, 15, correct? And then 15 here, and then 8 here. So I think we reached that, correct? In this interval, we will definitely find Q3 because we were looking at observation number 19 after median, correct? So let's write this down. 5th interval, 4 fruits per day. Huh?
That was the fourth one. The fourth one.
So this is the fifth interval. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh.
5.
Oh.
So probably, yeah, probably some said fourth and some said fifth because this is a fifth interval, even though it says fourth.
It's the zero that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you forgot that one. So, okay, again, we found that observation number 19 from here will be the Q3, correct? So that's why we were counting after median, observation after median, to see where this observation number 19, falls, between which interval. And then we said, okay, interval, fifth interval, 4 fruit per day. There is other method also. Look, we can say, instead of, being like looking for the median and see how many observation, 1, 2, 3, 4 we have after median, we can say, okay, we know up to median how many observations we have. 37, correct? So from the first point, from the minimum we have 37, right? And then add 19 observation to that. What is the total? 56. 6.
37 plus
19 is
Oh,
36.
something 6. 56. Correct?
Yeah.
56. Now it's much easier if you
I
count.
thought it was
Can you
38.
do like 74 minus
Oh, that's
19?
what you just said.
What if you did 74 minus 19? Well, that would help, right?
Oh, that would work too, but you should go backward.
Yeah.
But you get the idea, correct? You understand what that means. So what happened? It's not 56?
I thought it was from 38.
Do we use 37?
Yeah, but I say we can start from the first point, right? Because we have 37 before median, and now add 19, and then start from the first point and say, okay, 56. Still will be in the 15th interval, right?
Yeah.
So there are different way of finding that. As long as you get the idea, there are different way of finding that, right? So one way we said we can just start after median. Another way we said we can start from the first point, but we should just remember there were 37 observations before median, right? Do you have any question? So you will see this kind of question in the exam. And in that question, it will not be confusing like 5th interval, 4th interval, 4th root, 5th root. It will be more clear. Okay? Yeah, it will be more clear. So I made this question so like I was in rush. So that's why I didn't, I was not that precise or perfect to making the intervals. So, do you have any question about this? Sure? Okay. So, before I forget, I want to give you some hints because in last second I know it's difficult for you to write this down. I want to go through all these 3 chapters and tell you what kind of question you should work on and what you will see in the exam. Okay? So first of all, there are 4 questions. They are like problem solving. And we already talked about this. You should show your work. Otherwise, you are not receiving any credit. Especially now, my class is so crowded. I have to see you worked and you found everything on your own. Okay? I don't want to blame anyone for the final answer and cheating or anything like that. So please show your work for those 4 questions. And then the rest will be 10 to 11 multiple choice questions. But still, for some of these multiple choice questions, you should solve that. But you don't have to, show your work to me and, be so clean or, organized. So, from the first chapter, you will see see bar graph that you should be able to interpret bar graph. And then you should know the difference between categorical and quantitative variable, correct? And you should know what is the individual and what is the variable. And you should know how to draw a bar graph also, okay? Draw a bar graph. And then in first chapter, we talked about histogram, and this is one of the questions you will see. Also, maybe there is another question like interpreting the histogram. And then you should know like shape of histogram, correct? And stem and leaf plot, which is so important. So if you are learning a stem and leaf plot, we had a question in class. I asked you, okay, now you found a stem and leaf plot, draw a stem and leaf plot, find a 5-number summary. You remember? That is important too. Just don't forget, for 5-number summary, we have median, we don't have mean, correct? So if you know how to find a 5-number summary, you should be able to draw a box plot. Because using 5-number summary, you are able to draw a box plot. And then we talked about box plot, those 25% and the example I showed you. That kind of question, will be in the exam too. So work on that. So interpreting the box plot, okay? And then chapter 2, I think I talked about chapter 1, everything I wanted to. In chapter 2, you will, you know how to calculate mean, standard deviation, median. Actually, the 5-number summary was in chapter 2, correct? Because in chapter 2, we learned how to calculate median, quartiles. So these are something comes from chapter 2. Anything else from chapter 2? You know what is outlier, correct? And then resistancy means median is resistant, but mean is not resistant. Mean changes a lot. The standard deviation is not resistant because it changes a lot. Because it involves with mean, correct? Mean is inside the standard deviation. Chapter 3 is so obvious, correct? It was normal distribution, and it's like you really need a kind of deep study in that chapter. There's almost 25 points of overall will be just problem solving in chapter 3. And you know what? You saw already example. So for 3 example, cups of coffee, pH of rain, and the student's exam score I solved in that recording. Now it's your responsibility to go back and check that recording that I uploaded Sunday night. So all those parts, A, B, C, D, E, up to E, okay? And then all the properties of normal distribution. Like area under normal distribution was equal to? Yes, 100% or 1, right? And then the rest of properties of density curve and normal distribution. And also work on this one. Do you remember actually in chapter 3 in our notes we have that picture. I showed location of mean median on different skewness. In chapter 3 in the notes we have that pictures of 3 different distribution, and I showed mean, location of mean and median. Also before that also I talked about location of mean and median on normal distribution, different shape of normal distribution, different shape of histogram. Do you have any question? I think, yeah, I gave you all the kind of hint.
So there's going to be 15 problems?
Almost, yes. Yes. But as I said, what is that? Yeah, I said bar graph. You should be able to draw a bar graph, right? So I said 4 of these questions are like problem solving, and you should show your work. And 25% of overall grade will be that A, B, C, D, E, chapter 3. Okay? So work on that question. Practice more. You should be able to manage your time too. Okay? To be able to solve it fast, so you have enough time to solve other questions. Okay? So, do you have any question now? What time our class ends? 3:15? Okay. Yeah, I thought it's 2:45.
Yep.
No way. I don't follow that path. Okay, so what kind of question? Not from normal distribution, we already solved the number. What kind of question is in your mind? And also mean, median and quartiles were here. So what do you think maybe it's kind of good? I will compare with my questions and then I will tell me something so I can see if I have similar question or you can see that in the exam. Then we will work on that kind of question.
Standard deviation, do you want us to like remember the equation?
Let's solve that.
Okay.
Good, thank you. So don't forget unit of measurement for standard deviation, okay? This one. Okay, write this down, please. So you said memorizing formula, you have a formula card you are bringing with yourself in the exam, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can write down the formula, correct? So you don't have to memorize it. It's strange. Is that? I hope it doesn't fall. Are you done or not yet? This is the easiest question in the exam if you see. You should be able to solve this. So, solve it. I scared all of you. You know, me personally, I don't like my instructors when they say, "Oh, exam is so easy," and you will go there, and all of a sudden, you know, everything is out of book and like something out of even, you know, chapters they are teaching, and it's not fair. But if I tell you exam is difficult, so I already said that, and you will try your best, and if you try your best, exam will be so easy for you, right? But I'm telling you, nothing is outside of the book. You know, nothing is outside of whatever I taught you. And I bet you no one so far brought me a question from my exam that I never talked about, or it was like brand new. Never, ever. All the questions are already, I worked on this question, you already saw in your homework or in the class mostly, you know. Okay, so this one says we have 5 randomly selected patients, and these are the numbers we have. And then we want to find mean. So how many observations we have? 5 of them. Add them all together, divide by 5. Equal to, what is the numerator?
80.
What is that? 16 what?
Milligram per DL, whatever that.
DL. Yeah. Correct? So don't forget the unit of measurement. This has its points. Okay? You will lose the point if you don't write down the unit of measurement. Okay? I told you already. Okay. So this is the mean, and now we are going to find the standard deviation, a square root of. Don't forget the square root. And then on denominator we have n minus 1. Means if we have 5 observation, denominator of standard deviation on the radical is 4. Right? First parenthesis is the first observation minus mean, power 2. Then all of them, the difference between observations and their mean. Am I right? So 4, 1 power 2, negative 2 power 2. So negative number power 2 is always positive. And negative 3 power 2, right? 1 plus 4 plus 0 plus 0 power 2 is always 0. 16 on 9 divided by 4. 16 on 9 is 25. 25 on 5 is 30. Divide by 4. On the radical 7.5. 2.7 for what? Yes. That's it. We have 15 minutes. One more question. So let's solve a schema lift plot. Okay? So in a schema lift plot also we can find 5 number summary. Okay? So let's do this. Just be so fast organizing everything so we can see all the answers here. Oh, we already saw 2 schema lift plot here. So 1 here. This one I didn't solve this one. Okay, we didn't solve this. So we are going to answer this one and this one here, and then draw a box plot at home. Okay? Okay? So write this down and organize them for me so I can solve them too. 6 and
15.8.
am I right? All of them are correct. So you want to draw a stem and leaf plot, correct? Am I right? Everything is good?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a stem, leaf. So cover the last digit. Whatever remains is a stem. So what stems we have? 10,
12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, what do you have in front of 10?
3, 6, 9,
Nothing.
1, 7, 0, 1, 2, 6, 7,
Huh?
3, 5, 8, 6, 6.
Right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
We're supposed
And
to
then when you
split
split
it.
If you want, yeah. It's a split. That's okay.
Yeah.
So if you are going to split, so let's save more space and remove this one because we don't have anything here. Okay? So we have 10, 10, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14,
15,
14, 15. Right? So what should I write down here? 3, 6, 1, 7, 1, 2. Anything from 0 to 4. And then the next one, anything from 5 to 9. So we have 6 and 7 here, correct? So what should it, what we have here? 3,
5, 8, 9,
nothing,
6,
8. Oh, good. So, do you have any question about this? So let's find the location of median. How many observations we have? 14. N plus 1 divided by 2 gives us a location for median. What is that? 7.5, right?
Yes.
Between 7 and 8, right? So what is observation number 7? 13.2. What is this one? So what should I do here? Add them.
Divided by 2.
And this will be median. What is the answer? 13.1. Okay, so it was between these two, right? 4. Okay, 13.4. Okay? So here is the median between these two, right? And then to find the Q1, the data set before median, starting from minimum to one observation before, right? To find Q3 from here to maximum. So already we know 3 numbers for 5 number summary. We know mean, max, and median, right? So to find Q1, let's choose the lazy way. Cross this 2, cross this 2, cross this 2. This one is, you like that, huh? This is easiest one. This one, cross this one, and Q3, right?
Yeah.
So let's write down 5 number summary. Mean Q1 median, don't forget this is median, this is not mean, okay? Q3 maximum 10.3 12.7 14.5. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Be on time for the exam. I will close this door and no one will come to the class. I promise you, I'm not joking about this, I'm not kidding, and I don't let anyone distract those students who are on time. Okay? So be on time. at least 5 minutes earlier, you know. So, do you have any questions? You can bring your formula card, calculator, and I will bring the table for you, and you cannot use your own. So mine is like I put tape on each pages, and you cannot write down anything on that. Yeah, I'm bringing mine. Mine is special, you know. It's specifically made for exam.
For a formula card, not just an index card formulas, or?
Yes, yeah, you can use both sides of that card, 3x5, okay? And then you don't need extra paper or anything. You have enough, you know, space on the exam. The back side of each paper is empty. You can use that, okay? Do you have any questions? So be 5 minutes earlier. I'm telling you, yes. Oh, actually today morning one of a student could calculate Q1, Q3, everything on his calculator. And I said, okay, ban, no calculator anymore. But again, I changed my mind. Because you have to show your work, right? Huh? What for calculator? Sorry. Phone? No, not all. Thank you mentioning that. No phone at all. Like at all. Apple Watch? So it's, come on, really? No, that's okay. Apple Watch is okay because it's so obvious what you want to do. Like, and you know what? Be honest, cheating is waste of time. You know? It's really a waste of time because you have to just waste your time going through everything and, you know, find the answer, and numbers are all, you know, new for you, and how you can, I mean, it's really the opposite. I cannot understand cheating. Okay, so, do you have any question? Sure? Ready for the exam?
I hope so.
So tomorrow will be holiday, the day after tomorrow will be holiday. Promise you, they will cancel the school because of the snow. You know, you didn't know that?
We had a real good reason for missing your exam. Can we make it up?
Not after the exam.
Not after.
No, not after the exam. Because I should know in advance, and no one can take the exam one day after the exam. Like, it should be, if there is a makeup exam, it should be